Well, I don't know if you're like me and you love making skulls and things like that, but all the molds you've made a lot of times and they're no longer unique because a lot of people are doing them. Well, I'm going to see if I can change this up a little bit. And without too much effort, I'm going to see if I can get some more shapes and things in it. Using a method that I haven't tested before, of course not. Why would I? Only just thought about it and I thought, I wonder if that'll work. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I've got some tea lights here because I need some wax. I think probably one is going to be enough for what I want. And all I'm doing is popping that in there. And now I'm going to heat that up until it's nice and melted. Shouldn't take long, perhaps 2 minutes at the most. It's taken longer than I thought, to be perfectly honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up into smaller pieces because then that way it will definitely melt a little bit easier. It's starting to get soft, but I want it to be completely liquid. I could perhaps put it in a hot water bath. That might speed it up. So I've got that in a hot water bath now, and I'm also going to blow the hot air onto it until that melts. To speed this up a little bit, what I've done is used my embossing heat gun, and that has done it in seconds. Look at that. Lovely and clear. But I want to keep this in this water bath, so I don't want it floating up. So let's take a bit more water out. That should be fine. And now what I'm going to do is get some of this wax out of here like that and start building up some shapes on here by pouring that wax on here like that. See, there's wax in there, and all I'm doing is pouring that off at different angles and adding more to it where I need to get a little bit of thickness. I don't know if you can see in there now. I've built that up quite a bit. I'm just going to heat that up a little bit more, thicken up a couple of bits of it. That's all in there nice and dry now, but it's not gone fully solid yet. So what I'm going to do is go in with one of my little tools here and just carve out little bits as well where I want to carve them out. I don't want to knock that too hard off there because the last thing I want to do is knock all that wax off there. I'm going to have a little tidy up in there now to get any flaky bits out, and then I can mix up my resin. Well, before I actually mix up my resin, what I'm going to do is dust some mica powder onto this wax that I've put in here, and that should stay on that wax quite well. I'm doing a little bit of black. Then I'm going to go over it with some red. Now I'm going to go in with my finger and a baby wipe. Just try and clean up some of the other bits. For this, I'm going to be using the Tea Expert Pure Glossy. This is a great medium pour. I would consider this to be slightly more than a medium pour. So that is one of my worries, that what's going to actually happen is the exothermic reaction on a 1-to-1 is going to remelt that wax. But it might not. We will find out. I need 300 ml of resin for this. So all I've got to do is mix up 150 part A, 150 part B. And I love this resin. I use it so much. It's crystal clear, anti-yellowing, low odour, but you shouldn't be smelling the odour anyway because you should have a mask on. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio. But what it does is has a really beautiful glossy finish to it. This is the resin as well that my friend Claire Holloway, when she does all her beautiful Petri stuff, she uses for her Petri. She's found after all of her experiments that this one is the best. So I'm going to get this mixed up, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So I've got my resin mixed up now, and I've got a silver grey here, and that's the colour that I want it to be, but I want it to be a bit lighter than this. So what I'm going to do is give that a good mix in until that's really well mixed. Now I'm going to add some white into there, some white mica powder. And I'll just keep adding white until I get to a colour that I really think is the right shade or tone or whatever. A bit more white in that, I think. And you can mix any of your mica powders together to get a different colour. It's going to be better. No glitter in this one. I am so tempted, but I'm not going to. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's exactly the tone or shade that I was looking for. So what I hope is that when I pour this in, the exothermic reaction isn't going to melt that wax. I also don't want that wax to move away from the edge of the mold because I don't want any of this resin to go behind it. I want to be able to see if I can remove that wax once this is cured. to leave behind those indents and bits and pieces that I've done in there. I'm not putting this in my curing box because, again, I don't want that heat of that to disturb that wax if I can help it. So what I'm going to do, leave that now for probably 5 minutes and then go over it with a long neck lighter. So that's had 5 minutes now. I'm going to quickly burn the bubbles off on the top, and now we can leave that to cure. Well, this is all nice and cured now. As you can see, there is a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, a little bit of wax on the top. So that means the exothermic reaction did melt some of that wax. I don't know if it's worked or not. What's happened is that exothermic reaction has got quite warm in here. Some of that wax has melted and come up here. But we will soon see. Oh, not too bad. As you can, there we go, look. So there's quite a lot still in there. And now, what we're going to do is take that out. It should come out fairly easily. Oh, a little bit of resin did get behind some of it there. A little bit, not too bad. And what I'm going to do is carry on picking this out in all the places the wax was. Any little bits of resin that overflowed the wax, I just trim off because it will only be a small amount. And it's coming out quite easy. I could warm it up and then use a cloth to take it off with, but you can keep all this wax and reuse it again. If you're new to resin and you'd like a booklet on how to use resin and all the information you need to be safe and to get great results, then I've put one together and it's completely free for you. You haven't got to pay anything for it. All you need to do is go on my website where the link is below, and you then can get access to this. It's in the members area, so just join as a member. Again, it's free for that, and you can get all this information. I took quite a long time to put this together so that you don't have to, and you can have it there. You can either have an electronic copy or get a copy electronically and print it off and have it beside your work. It's got a full contents list. There's images as well in here. There's health and safety, how to cast, how to use UV resin properly and safely, how to use epoxy resin, mixing, colouring. Really everything that you need as a beginner to ensure that you can get good results right from the beginning. So don't forget, just go to my website, the link's in the description below, and from there, just click in there, and then you too can get hold of your own copy of this completely free. There's also other useful information on my website. There's other blogs and discussions as well about using resin and crafting. So be sure to check it out. Costs you nothing. Well, I am over the moon with that. I think that has come out far more macabre, quite Halloween-y now. It really has given a great effect in there. It came out nice and neatly. It's not as shiny as I perhaps would have liked. So what I'm going to quickly do is polish that up. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. I like that now. It's come a bit more shiny. I'm not over-shining it. I think that has really made a massive difference to that. And it's very unique now. I've not seen anyone else sell skulls like this. I've taken an ordinary mould and turned it into something unique. And the great thing is, if you really like this and you want to make several more, all you got to do is make a mould of that, and then you can recast and recast and recast. Oh, I think that's come out brilliant. Doing that with the wax has actually given me another idea as well that I think I'm going to try out. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on that. Be sure to check out the video that I've got coming up next. I really think you'll enjoy that one. It's a great experiment. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.